Hey, everybody. How are you? You have found your way to Janine and Amy's Travel Experiences TV Live on Thursday, and we're coming back at you in the new year. Happy New Year in 2021, and welcome to our Travel Live show. And for our first show, Janine and I had talked about that you guys probably don't know us all that well, or at least some of you. So we thought maybe we would divulge and get into some nitty-gritty stuff about our lives and things that we enjoy. And so you guys can get to know us a little better. But before we jump into our show, I do want to say hello to my dear friend and partner in crime, Janine Queenan. Hey, Janine.
Hey, Amy, what's going on? We're here in the new year, and we're super excited to see everybody again. We took a couple of weeks off, and we hope you all had a nice break or had some time. I know it feels like 2020 was one big break, but it really wasn't. I feel like I worked harder in 2020 than I probably have for a long time, since I was working as a waitress way back.
Right? Absolutely.
So I'm glad you came. I'm glad Amy actually came up with this idea, and we thought we'd talk a little bit about ourselves.
Waitress. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm starting our watch party, and you can hear yourself in the background. There we go.
Sound like that? That's terrible.
Well, it's on a phone, so it doesn't really. But look how cute we look. I think it's cute. Okay, good. All right, so I have the watch party started. I'm excited. I hope we have some great people. So anyway, finish what you were saying, Janine. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to say that what's fun about this is I bet I find out some things about you that I don't know.
Maybe, and I'm sure I'll dig some dirt out about you as well.
I don't know if it's dirt, but
oh, I think you have some skeletons.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to expose them on Facebook Live, though.
Oh, maybe not. See, I hadn't thought all that way through, so I'm glad you said something, because I may have said something that would have gotten me in major trouble somewhere, probably some foreign country somewhere.
Statute of limitations is up on that, my friend. So
well, that's kind of what I'm saying too. Absolutely. So anyway, so Janine and I had our annual brainstorming meeting for 2021 and what it was going to look like at Janine and Amy's Travel Experiences, and how we're going to amp up our game a little bit. And one of the things that came to us is we have all these fabulous followers. We have nearly 600 people that follow us on Facebook. Plus, we have our private Facebook group that now has over 200 members, which is amazing. And we realized that although we do have some friends that follow us for sure, but there's a lot of people we don't know. And then if I don't know you, you certainly don't know Janine and Amy and what we're all about. So we wanted to have the show to kick off the new year and share some fun stuff about us. And then we're going to ask each other questions. And then at the end, we're going to play two truths and a lie. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to tell Janine 3 things about me, and she has to pick which one of those things is the lie. So we'll see.
It's usually a drinking game too, right?
Yeah.
But I'm doing Whole30, so it's not this week, but I'll see you February 1st.
Yeah, absolutely. I, true little thing about me, I started Weight Watchers a couple weeks ago because I tried on a pair of ski pants and it was no bueno. Oh, dude, quarantine thing is a real thing. So anyway, so I've been on Weight Watchers, and on Weight Watchers, you count the points. So the very first thing I add every day are my 2 glasses of red wine.
Do they have
9 points?
9 points.
Yeah, but I get 30 to spend. And then you have all these free foods. So I just put that in, so then I know that my points for the day, my point allowance is really 21.
That's good.
It's right. Oh my goodness. Happy New Year. I haven't talked to you in forever. How are you? Oh my goodness. That's a good friend of ours from Connecticut. You might not know her, actually.
She's a good friend of mine now. So
yes, she is. All right. So
I also wanted to mention that Amy talked a little bit about our private Facebook group, which is called Women with Wanderlust Tribe, and it's for Gen X and young baby boomer women who love to travel. And we have a lot of fun in there. And I did include the link in the comments. And if that's you, if you fit that description, hop on over and ask to join. It's really, I mean, you just have to answer a question. Are you a Gen Xer or a young baby boomer? And that's it.
That's right. That's it. And you don't even need to tell us which one you are.
Right. Exactly. Because you don't know which one, Amy's one and I'm the other.
That's right. And we will never, ever tell that story. So I have a little space heater in my office and it gets really, really warm. So bear with me for a second. There we go. Okay. So so Janine already put it in there. So that's awesome. It really is a fun group. We have so much fun. We have 211 members now. That was as of yesterday morning. We could have had more and I don't know it, but 211 members. And we have this, we just talk about travel and other stuff and just have a really, really good time. So it's a good group of women. Very, very, very lucky to have them for sure. So Janine, let's start right in. And we're going to start with telling just some basic information about ourselves before we get into like nitty gritty fun stuff. So let me just kind of introduce myself and then Janine will tell her all whatever she wants to tell you. So I am Amy Kaufman-Relihan. I am married. This is my second marriage. And I am married to Tim Relihan. And we actually are celebrating our 4th wedding anniversary next week.
Wow.
So we're very excited about that. And still badly in love with each other, even after being quarantined and stuck together since March every day. So one of the silver linings of 2020 was that I got to know my husband really, really, really well. And still like him. And I still like him. So between the two of us, we have 4 kids total. I have 2 stepdaughters, one in that Michaela, who is 32, and Shaylin, who is 26, going to be 27 this year in a couple months. And then I have 2 kids of my own from my previous marriage, Molly, who's almost 23. She turns 23 next month. And then our son, Joe, who is just turned 14 in December. And let's see, I am the owner and luxury travel advisor for timetogethertravel.com, and it's all things romance. And I do a lot of honeymoons, destination weddings, be launching some group travel this year to very, very small groups to some pretty cool romantic destinations. And we live in Western Massachusetts, but before that, I was born and raised in Ohio, went to school at Ohio State University, go Bucks, and moved out to Western Mass about 16 years ago and love it out here so much. I still have a little bit of family, my sister and her husband. Sorry, they're getting a divorce, so it's just weird. Anyway, yeah. So anyway,
so if Amy's family is watching and didn't know that,
we might have a problem. But no, everybody knows now. It's not a. Oh yeah, it's all good. So that's why I kind of made the face. I was like, Anyway, so she still lives out there, so I do get to see her every once in a while. So I think that about does it for my life, Janine.
Wow, that was fast. I just thought, isn't it funny that you can, pare your life down to like a minute and a half if you're really in a pinch. So I'm Janine Keenan. I'm born and raised in Massachusetts, and I'm married. I have 2 teenage kids, both in high school. My daughter is getting ready to go to college, and we're going through that process. And she started to get her acceptances, and so it's been an interesting year. And my silver lining this year is the chance to spend, and they probably don't agree, 24/7 with my family, because prior to the lockdown, we were all so busy. I felt like I barely saw them, and I really felt like the time that she was going to be here was ticking away so fast. So that's a blessing in disguise. I know this year has been hard for so many people for so many reasons, but that is just for me. And I own Storied Adventures Travel, and it is a travel company, clearly. And I help busy people plan trips of a lifetime to celebrate life's biggest milestones. So super fun. I met my friend Amy at a conference in the Dominican Republic, and it turned out we both lived in the same state. I lived in Boston for a long time, and I also live in the western part of the state. So this has been really fun to be on this journey with her since March, and we hope that you've enjoyed it so far. So that's the 2 of us. Now
Hooray.
it's time to get into our questions.
That's right. Here we go. All right. So, and I want to say, and I said this on the live yesterday, Janine, you are one of my silver linings
Oh, thank you.
to 2020. And I mean that. A whole Janine and Amy's travel experiences, this journey you and I have embarked on, the bond that you and I have created, it truly, truly has been one of my silver linings. So when I look back on 2020, I'm trying to find some bright spots, and you are definitely one of the brighter ones for sure. So,
no,
and I mean that.
And I mean that. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm losing my volume now.
Oh no, that's not good.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, hold on. I've lost all my volume.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Well, then I
can't hear you. So hold on a second. I'm going to do one thing.
And while we wait, I'll talk a little bit more about our group. Right?
Oh,
that not many people traveling.
Nope, it says connected. Okay. That's weird. Did I do something?
I don't know. Can you hear us?
Hold on. I'll fix it. Hold on. I just didn't want, I wanted to use my earbuds. So if you guys can hear me, just bear with 1 second. I promise I'm going to have this fixed. I'm going to disconnect the earbuds. Okay, can you hear me?
So I can.
Okay, good. All right, so I just disconnected the earbuds. I don't know what happened.
I was just going to tell everyone a little bit more about the group while we were getting situated. Okay. You know, people haven't really had a chance to travel, so a lot of the things that we talk about, people's trips in the past, we share pictures. Amy and I put a lot of questions and conversation starters, and I think it's super fun because people like to talk about, you know, do you prefer the beach or the mountains, or what are your dream vacations and things. So again, if you are a Gen X woman or a young baby boomer, hop over. We'd love to see you. So without further ado.
All right, here we go. All right, Janine, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here's your very first question. What is your most romantic trip that you've taken with your husband or someone else for that matter?
Ooh, that's sassy.
I know, ever.
So I will actually, I know a lot of people would go, that it would be go-to to say your honeymoon. We went to Hawaii, but I'm not going to say my honeymoon with him because it was, we were exhausted after the wedding. You know what I mean? And like, and we were, I don't know, it was just in a weird headspace, but we had a chance to go to Paris when our kids were still fairly young. It was up to a conference, believe it or not. And it doesn't sound like it would be that romantic, but it was actually wonderful. And we had such a nice time. And plus we hadn't had a chance to be away. It had been years and years because our kids were, I think they were in elementary school. So it was just so much fun. And Paris is just so romantic. If I do have to tell just a funny quick story. So we were at the conference, and, you know, I mean, Americans have a bad reputation in a lot of places. And a woman said to me that she liked me. She was, where was she from? She was from somewhere in Asia. She said she liked talking to me because I knew how to behave. I'm like, okay. I didn't know what that, I mean, I got what she meant, but I was like, okay, thank you. So what's your most romantic?
Well, it's a tie, but I'm going to have to go. It really is a very, very close tie, but I have to go with them. I'm hedging now, but I have to go with they're asking me to marry him.
Oh yeah, I know that story, so I agree.
Yeah, but there's another really good story before. Well, we were still just together and dating, but anyway, so the story goes, we spent a week in Hawaii and then flew from Hawaii to Moorea in French Polynesia. And we had the overwater bungalow, you know, everybody wants that, blah, 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 blah. It was just a dream trip and it was wonderful. And Tim had planned he had been working on this for months, and Tim had planned quite the elaborate proposal where we had dinner on the beach and all on our own, and we had candles and candelabras and all that kind of stuff. And then there were Tahitian dancers. Nice. The Tahitian dancers come out and they have these beautiful candles in their hand, and I don't know how they did it. It could have been electric, I suppose. I never thought about it, but there's two of these scantily clad Tahitian dancers standing, and we had this little hut thing out on the beach, and they're standing back there, and I'm like, ooh, dinner and a show. So I'm like, oh, so I'm expecting some sister dancing. And I turned to say, Tim, what's going to happen? And before they even came out of my mouth, he's dropping on one knee and it says words, whatever he said. I have no idea, but I'm sure the end was, will you marry me? And of course, I start crying. This is all unrecorded. It is recorded. So anyway, so he opens up the box. This is how much he thought about. He put a light in the ring box.
Oh, so you could see it.
Because it was going to be dark, so I could see the ring. And so on the recording, you hear me say, there's a light on in
there. That's very cute. That's very nice. Yep.
Very nice. It was
great. On to it.
Yeah, it was ridiculously romantic. So
that's awesome.
That has to be the most.
So I'm going to ask you the next. So I'll ask you the next question.
Okay.
How many states have you been to?
49.
Wow.
Yeah, I only have one more state, and I'm trying desperately to get there this summer, and it's Alaska.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that cool? That's why I threw that question as an idea. I'm like, we should ask each these. So, yeah, throughout my whole entire life, 49 states.
That's amazing. You beat me by far. Because when you came up with this question, I thought to myself, so I actually have been to more countries than I have states.
Oh.
So one of the things we've always thought about is that we'll sort of save traveling in the US for when we're a little bit older. And, and it's because traveling overseas can be taxing, depending on where you go and what you're doing, things like that. So I've only been about 20 states. Yeah, and I think I've been to 24 countries. So
wow.
So it's kind of interesting that it's different, but I'll get there. I will get there.
Yeah, you will. We used to do a lot of traveling when I was a kid, so I want to do that as well. So, yeah, Alaska, and I really want to get there this summer, so I'm trying to figure that out for the family. But I got some people are a little nervous about traveling right now, so we might wait. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right, Alaska is high on my list too. So
yeah, I really want to do it, especially after a girlfriend had posted all that stuff. She went there in the winter time.
I know. But I tell you what, I want to see the Northern Lights, and I know there's never a guarantee, but I'm thinking about it. I mean, we go to Finland anyway because my husband has business there. So, I mean, that's cold though. It's cold.
Yeah.
So
if you bundle up and then, have your hot body or whatever, I suppose.
Well, they have the glass igloos. I mean, I don't even have to be outside. So
now we're talking.
Let's
plan that trip. I like it. All right, Janine, the next question's to you now. What is your number one guilty pleasure?
So I immediately went to food because you know what I mean? Like guilty pleasure, I was trying to think of some snack that I eat or something, but I mean, I love a good plate of pasta and whatever, but if we really want to get guilty, like really bad for you, I like Cheetos. Believe it or not, I know they're so bad. And honestly, I do not eat them that often, but there's something about the fake orange crunchiness that I just like. They're so bad. Terrible. And they get all over you. It's like on your clothes. It's
everywhere. Yeah.
It's a mess, but you have to admit there's nothing like a good bag of Cheetos. So
that's good. Yeah, Doritos, not just these are my favorite.
Yeah. So what's your guilty pleasure?
My hot tub.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. We got a new hot tub this fall, and it's this mammoth thing because Tim's just this way, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we sit outside, and it is glorious. I pour myself a glass. We're probably going to do it tonight. I've had a tough couple of days. And so we get it really hot, like to 105 degrees. Has all the lights and the music, and we sit outside, and when it's really cool because you're sitting out there and the snow's falling down and the full moon or whatever. It's just really, really neat. So that has become my guilty pleasure.
Nice. And you know what? There's nothing to be guilty about. I mean, Cheetos, yeah. Listen, a hot tub is not a Cheeto.
No, that's true. That's very, very true. But it's just one of those things, not everybody has one. So it's kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's nice, though. That's very good. My husband wants one, and I've been We'll talk later. I want to see how much work it is. We'll talk later. So next question, are you a sports fan? And if so, obviously you already said go Bucks. So
yeah, I am a huge professional sports fan. I do follow college ball, not very much. But my number one sport is football, the NFL. And I just want to say the Browns are in the playoffs.
woo!
This is a big deal. It's just a whole family thing. And I was born and raised on the Browns. Even moving out here, I've never been a Patriots fan. I know there's New Englanders out there probably hate my guts right now, but I've never liked Tom Brady. And I've always rooted for the Browns, even when they were like won 0 games year after year. So it's been 14 years since the team first had a winning season, and secondly, to go to the playoffs. So this is a really big deal. So it's a big party at my house on
Good.
Sunday.
Drive by. It'll be a drive-by party.
That's all we're doing. Yeah, no, it's not really a party. It's just my son and my husband. So what about you, Janine? Are you a big sports fan?
You know what? Not so much, but I will say that I enjoy, just like I enjoy going to see concerts, traveling and going to see concerts, I do get a kick out of, say, going to the Red Sox or something in a different state. I've seen them in a couple different places. I really get a kick out of walking into Fenway Park. And when you walk up into there's something, it's really just overwhelming emotionally, like just I don't know what it is. There's something about it. So it's super fun. I don't really follow it. So I definitely am a fair weather fan, but I enjoy it. And we've had the chance to go to, to different games in different parts of the country. It's usually baseball. I have gone, some football games and some basketball games. And I don't know, I just get a kick out of it. And it really, especially being with true fans, it's fun. It's super fun to get caught up in it. And it's a blast. I went to University of Massachusetts Amherst, and it's not a big school, but we had a run of a good basketball season. I mean, a good few years of really good basketball, and that was so much fun to follow. I definitely fair weather friend again. I'm a fan again, but it is a blast. So I see why you like it.
Did you play sports in school?
I did play sports. Yeah, field hockey was my sport.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
You what?
That doesn't surprise me.
A stick. And what about you?
Let's see. So I was volleyball, but I was also on the drill team.
Okay.
Yeah. I was
drill team. That's awesome.
It was fun.
Okay.
So really cool Catholic school.
So is it my turn? I'll ask this. I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah, it's fine.
What is your favorite musical performance? Your favorite performer, concerts? What's your favorite band? Bottom line.
So first of all, I'm a hardcore rocker.
Yeah.
I love rock and roll music. The 80s and 70s rock and roll music. I do like some of the new stuff, not nearly as much. So Tim and I, Blair the Stones, we blast the Stones, we blast Van Halen, Sad Face. Let's see. But my favorite band has to be Journey.
Oh, yeah. One of my first concerts.
Right. So I have been to, I think, 5 Journey concerts, I think. And Tim and I go to concerts a lot, at least we used to. And we have these really good friends of ours who are huge Journey fans as well. So so we go and we have a whole night. Yeah. So
what, the new singer? Yes, no?
Oh, totally.
Oh
my God. Yeah. Totally bought into him. Yeah. He's an amazing entertainer too, and he's an amazing singer. So I mean, I miss Steve Perry, don't get me wrong, but but I'm so used to seeing this new guy there. He's not even new. He's been playing with him for over 10 years. That's so crazy. I know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're kind of crazy. And then Joe, just as a side note, Joe is all about 80s rock now. He's just blaring it all the time. So he put on his ski helmet. He bought all these stickers of old 80s bands and grunge punk and all this stuff. And he has all these stickers all over his helmet from all but Van Halen would come in a close second. So
yeah, I was a big Van Halen fan too. So for me, my son is a musician, so he introduces me to a lot of new music. And I really try to keep an open mind because I want to have that connection with him. And So I've gotten to know a lot of his favorite artists, which are good. But for me, my very favorite is U2, U2. And I've seen them, I think, every decade since the 80s. And, you know, I would see them again in a heartbeat. We had a chance to go see them in Dublin. And it was so much fun. It was so great. So once the world opens again and we have a chance, man, if they go back on tour, in a heartbeat, I will go do that. And that's in anyone. So if you're watching, if you've ever thought of doing that, really, why not? If you're going someplace anyway, check out and see if there's a band that you like that's around, or plan a trip around the band. Because why not?
Yeah, why not is right. I mean, get there just as well as you can here, and they're probably all about the same price. So
yeah, it's so much fun.
Okay, good. All right. So we talked about music. Oh, hobbies. Do you have hobbies, Janine, or your favorite pastime?
You know, in terms of, I mean, I work out, I read, I do that, things like that. I'm not like building model airplanes or anything, something like that. But I do, I mean, I like to cook. There are a lot of things I like to do, and travel. I guess travel is my hobby too. So, but yeah, I don't really have any, I don't knit or anything like that, although I try to a few times.
Yeah.
And when we were really shut down, I started to felt. And felting, you take and you stab this wool until it turns into felt, and you make these fun little shapes and like characters out of it. I know it sounds funny, but it was really just kind of a mindless thing. You be careful not to stab yourself with the very sharp felting tool. How about you?
No, I'm kind of like you. I have a gazillion interests in things that I do. Cooking is a big one for me. I love cooking. And so cooking's one. Obviously, we ski. We ski quite frequently during the winter, mostly East Coast skiing. We don't really go anywhere else because it's easy. Let's see, cooking, my kids, obviously, especially Joe, because, well, I guess my hobby is playing taxi driver, which you don't have to do anymore, or soon won't have to do anymore. So is that a hobby? Does that count as an interest?
Well, listening to books on tape, if you're listening to books on tape, I just dated myself. If you're listening to like Audible or something, books on tape. It's funny. It's awesome.
That's awesome. So that's really it. That's really probably it.
Yeah. So we're out of time. So let's.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So what is your favorite thing about being a travel advisor?
Oh my goodness. My favorite thing is taking people to new and exciting destinations and creating those beautiful itineraries. It's as simple as I can possibly put it, and introducing them to just really, really cool things to allow them to immerse themselves in the culture and in the traditions of the country that they go to. Definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. And well, for me, I love being part of like that experience. It's so joyful, and I get a chance to be part of a really happy time in people's lives. I mean, you think about it, you're traveling and you're excited, and I get to be part of that joy. So I really love that. I just think it's amazing. And plus, you know what, if they have that little surprise on the other end, something that I've helped put together, and then they're like, that is really, it's very gratifying. So I enjoy that.
Yeah, I do too. I agree.
So two truths and a lie. Let's hear them.
All right, you go first.
Okay. 1, I met Casey from Casey and the Sunshine Band. Remember that?
Sure do.
Well, I worked at the Hard Rock Cafe in London.
Okay.
2, I talked on the phone to Don Henley. Or 3, I waited in line for the bathroom on a plane with Paul Rudd.
What was the second one again?
I talked on the phone with Don Henley.
That one.
No, that one's true.
Oh, really?
The one, and I met Casey from Casey and the Sunshine Band, and I worked at Hard Rock, which is very specific. But the Paul Rudd one is not true. That was my husband. My husband actually waited in line for the bathroom on a plane with Paul Rudd.
Okay, so that's not yours. Okay, got it. All right, good. All right, you ready for mine?
Yep.
Okay. I went to the bathroom with Alanis Morissette at Blues restaurant place.
House of Blues.
That's it, House of Blues.
Yeah.
And she peed right next to me in her stall and next to mine. Number two,
Okay.
my daughter and I went to Mexico in December. We were sitting in first class. In front of us was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
And number three, I have been in a movie. I played an extra in a movie in Civil War.
Oh, I'm going to say the Alanis Morissette.
That is actually true.
Oh, so which one's why?
Being an extra.
An extra.
That was actually my husband as well.
Was it your husband?
Yeah, he was in a movie with Martin Sheen, and the other guy, and I can't think of his name, in the movie Civil War. And my husband's a Civil War reenactor, if anybody really cares. And so they brought all the Civil War reenactors, and that's who was in it. So he was in it.
Oh, funny. That's fun.
Yeah,
well, I've been in 2 commercials.
Ooh, see, that's a good one.
I should have thought next time I'll have to do that one.
Yeah, definitely.
So this has been super fun, and thank you so much for coming and listening to us just goof around and talk about ourselves, really. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to travel again. And until we do, keep dreaming about travel and finding joy close to home. Bye, everybody.
Bye.